Yeah.
Now, though, to the G20 Summit in Indonesia, a meeting of the world's largest economies. One sticking point between the member nations, the war in Ukraine. A declaration being finalized right now reportedly condemns the war, but suggests there's not total unity on the issue. This follows a major meeting between President Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping to ease tensions between the two superpowers. Kelsey Kernstein has the latest on the G20. Good morning, Kelsey.
Good morning, Mitch. Well, today, world leaders of the G20 Summit, they considered a 16-page draft discussing a resolution for the war in Ukraine. Speaking of the war's human suffering and global economic crisis, while the statement is a strong condemnation, it also acknowledges there is not complete agreement over the war. Now, remember, China and Russia are members of the G20 too. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy also virtually addressing the summit, urging for the world leaders to help stop war in his country, proposing a plan he called justly and on the basis of the UN Charter and international law. In the plan, he asked efforts to restore radiation safety at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, implement new restrictions on Russian energy, and a new initiative for grain export. Zelenskyy also praised the recent recapture of the southern city of Kherson, comparing it to D-Day in World War II. But large parts of that region remain under Russian control, even as Moscow continues to retreat. While Zelenskyy spoke to the G20, he reiterated his demands to end the war.
Russia must withdraw all its troops and armed formations from the territory of Ukraine. Ukraine's control over all sections of our state border with Russia must be restored. This will result in a real and complete cessation of hostilities.
And in other news, out of Bali, the White House says it secured a deal with the international partners to boost Indonesia's climate goals. Those include reaching net zero emissions in its power sector by 2050 and doubling renewable energy over the next decade. The White House says concrete plans for financing will be developed over the next 6 months. You guys?
Thank you, Kelsey.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.